Hey everyone, welcome back to Beach Angel Tarot. I'm here to do my Goddess Yemaya Womb of Creation for the month of October 2021. And I'm going to start with a Earth and Sky Oracle from Mystic Moon and see what message she has for us with this deck. 3 came out, so let's look at them. Water, which is definitely her energy, right? Natural flow of life, tranquil and calming, cleansing and healing, purification and depth. Jupiter, planet of prosperity, mental expansion, spirituality and belief systems, good fortune and travel. Gotta love that. And Ox, cautious and steady, patient and methodical, traditional and conservative, poor communication skills. So this is a bit of a Hierophant type of feel and a bit of a Taurus type of feel to me, but I'm going to just stick them together. So I'm feeling like her message here is obviously for the month of October, there's going to be a lot of healing energy. She is sending our way. I like the water flowing here in this visual. And, sending to us a lot of prosperity, a lot of healing, tranquil and calm energy. There's, for some, you may be traveling. There's going to be good fortune in travel. But there is also a message here to be patient and to be methodical, right? To be cautious and steady. So don't rush ahead. Even though the energy is moving, things are, feeling like there's good luck and there's movement. She still wants us to be cautious. It's like we're not like we're not out of the woods yet. It's kind of feeling, you know what I mean? Like when somebody says you're not complete, like you start to see progress, we're not out of the woods yet. So it's like she's adding that little comma, we're not out of the woods yet, kind of feeling with this card. But things are flowing. There is better energy moving about for us in the month of October. So if you've had things be at a standstill or stagnant or just not going your way, or you have felt unlucky, that energy is going to change. She's sending your way, a sense of calm, a sense of cleansing of all that feeling of stagnation, and bringing in with it good energy, good fortune. And again, some are actually literally traveling. But, you're not completely out of the woods yet. Don't get caught up in the moments. Like I feel like there's movement and there's like a bit of excitement about movement, but just like don't get caught up in that completely. Just keep yourself focused, stay on your path, remember what your goal was, why you wanted this, whatever this represents for you that may have been stuck or stagnant or not moving, because this totally feels like a sign from her that it may have been in that energy where it wasn't moving or it was a bit stagnant, or you have felt unlucky, because she's talking about good fortune, she's talking about travel, which means movement. Water is flowing. The energy is more calm and more tranquil. It's not as stressful, but just keep your eye on the prize, so to speak, is her message for the month of October, which came out very nicely. I'm going to put the water here because this is definitely her energy, and I love seeing that. So let's see what the Earth Magic deck, we're going to do her reading. I'm just going to put that visual over there and see what she wants to tell us for our October. And I may be referring to the book if I get guided in some spots, but most likely not. I'm just letting it up to what feeling comes over me, what I feel like doing in the moment. And I feel in that itself there's a message. It's like maybe more of an opportunity to do what you feel like doing in the moment this month. Like maybe in the past while you have had to spend time doing what someone else wanted, or spend a lot of time with responsibilities or things that needed your attention. In October, you're going to get a bit more of a break, a bit more of like, gosh, I can relax, or I can spend a little bit more time doing something I myself want. Like go with the feeling of whatever it is that you want to do. And even like she's saying, notice the times that you can do that, because I think a lot of times we get stuck with these responsibilities and we're focused on what we can't do. She's saying focus more on the freedoms that you do have, the little things. Even for some people they're big things, some people they're little things. If there happen to be little things, just notice the things and the times in your day where you do have a choice of what you want to do. Like even if it's what drink you're gonna get when you get to the coffee shop or whatever. Start noticing your freedoms. I don't know where all this is coming from, versus where maybe your freedoms have been taken away. So there's something here about putting your focus there that's going to help you move the energy. So be in appreciation of every moment where there is freedom of choice, freedom maybe of what time you get up or what time you go to bed, or freedoms of what you choose to eat. I mean, if it's down to those types of things, or how you spend your entire day, like if you don't have to work a 9-to-5 job, or you're able to work from home now, maybe you can do laundry on the side while you're home working. Look at notice the freedoms you're gaining and where your freedoms are throughout your day. Focus on those, put gratitude on those, she's saying. I don't know where this is coming from, but I feel like she's saying to us that it's going to help her. Focusing there for whatever reason is important in October, and it's going to help your energy, and it's going to help her help you, and it's going to help her move your energy around you more. So you're going to start noticing more and more freedoms coming to you. Like if they're little, they're going to get bigger, is what I'm getting. I feel a sense of expansion here on those freedoms. And I'm not sure why that came up, but okay, we're going with whatever comes through. So that is a good message for our October. So you may have to remind yourself of that. Try to make it a daily practice from when you get up to start noticing, okay, even little things. I got to choose this. I got to choose that. Because some people don't get to choose. Some people don't have running water. They can't even choose to go over and make coffee because they have to walk to get water, or water is restricted. I have no idea where this is coming from. But she's like, focus on even these little things as freedoms. And you're going to watch them grow. You're going to watch them. And you're going to see energy moving around you more. It's like, be grateful for whatever freedoms you find yourself in and notice them throughout the day. She's like, you can stop talking about it. It's like, okay. Alrighty. I'm going to get that out there. Energy surrounding our month of October. And it is, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I'm not kidding you. It's like blessings. And this, the rainbow after the storm. It's like just what we were talking about, notice those freedoms, notice those blessings. Freedom, for me, freedom is the ultimate energy to be obtained. Freedoms of, freedom of to have our day the way we want it to be. That, and I'm talking on an individual scale, and then there's also the collective scales of what we're going through right now. How much freedoms and liberties, that we have. So I'm not going to get into all that, but it starts with us, right? It starts within ourselves. And so our energy surrounding us this month is blessings. Noticing those blessings and having more of them come. Also, I'm seeing the rainbow, so we may literally see rainbows in the sky. We may literally see rainbow symbols, on the computer, or out, stickers, or whatever how we get our messages or signs. But when you're seeing the rainbows, let that be a reminder for you to focus on those blessings of freedom. But blessings in general, whatever you consider a blessing in your life, focus on that. But we're going to be, to me, she's showing we're going to be seeing the blessings. We're going to be seeing we're going to start to see the rainbow after the storm, she's saying. But remember, like she wants me to remember to keep your eye on the prize. You're not out of the woods completely, but you're going to start to see the rainbow now after the storm, right? And the energy surrounding for a month is a blessing. Something she'd like us to create more or spend more energy on in the month of October, and it is Lotus Flower Unfoldment. And I do want to take a peek in, because this is like a natural unfoldment, right? The lotus grows out of the mud. It grows out of a muddy, dirty condition, right? But it's actually more advantageous to the lotus, the mud. So something she'd like to create more of is perhaps that realization that this beautiful flower, beautiful things, blessings can grow out of, less than optimal conditions. Seemingly, she's saying optimal conditions, so it's all in your perspective. But I'm going to read a little bit from the booklet too. But to focus on creating more of the natural unfoldment out of a bad situation, just like kind of let it unfold naturally. And to what is the words that want to come? The feelings coming. It's about being seen in your beauty, allowing your beauty to be seen. It's not the actual words that are coming, or the feeling. It's like a Six of Wands. Quiet prestige, not prestige. It's like a Six of Wands feeling where there's recognition for things. I'm probably looking at the wrong. This lotus flower sits upon one of its leaves, having risen to the surface as the sun, held in the hand of God, invites it upward to the light. This unique plant is rooted in the mud and muck at the bottom of a body of water, its stem reaching up to the surface, where the leaves rest quietly. At night, the flower closes and sinks below the surface, only to rise with the daylight and once again gradually unfold its petals, its stem extending above the waterline 3 feet or more. What we learn from this amazing plant is how our own spiritual path unfolds and opens to the light, when at times gently folds in on itself for a proper rest when the daylight fades. This period is just as necessary as the growth, for it allows the plant to integrate what it has gained in nourishment during the day. It's also just as important that it is rooted, and it is yet another miracle of nature that something so exquisitely beautiful is formed from the mud and sits at the water's bottom. So again, it's like what she'd like us to create more of is that natural process, seeing it for the beautiful unfoldment that it is. But it's you and your spiritual path. It's you having come from that muddy bottom, and then blossoming into that beautiful lotus flower. So it's like recognizing that. Recognizing those two aspects of this process, right? That's what she wants us to create more of, an appreciation for that process, appreciation from where you have come, the muddy bottom, right? And who you are now on top of the water, sticking out, it said 2 or 3 feet or 3 or 4 feet. So it's like to bask in it is the kind of the word I can feel like when you're above the water in that part of it in the sun. Bask in the sun, allow yourself to be seen, and not because you want to be seen by others, but just being. It's like a sense of just be. You don't have to do for any recognition. You don't I think this wasn't this water. It's like there's a sense of effortlessness here. There's a sense of just being. Things are moving naturally. Water flows naturally, right? There's nobody there pushing it, right? It's a natural thing. So there's like this beingness with this. So she just wants us to be and bask in the beauty that we are, and a realization from where we've come, and just allow that natural unfoldment of who we are, pretty much. And there's really not a lot of doing. It's a lot of being. So she wants us to create our being and just bask in this process of who we've become, which is beautiful. Love life for the month of October, and it is purification, rain. So cleansing, purifying emotions, releasing emotions, clearing out stagnant, and that can be part of the muddy part of the lotus flower, right? But it is to clear out any impurities of emotions. But I'm gonna read a little bit from the booklet again. It says, no matter whether it's a light shower or a deluge, rain cleanses and purifies. The moisture that has evaporated from the various bodies of water on the planet and was drawn into the atmosphere now returns to Earth as liquid precipitation in nature's vast and comprehensive water cycling program. Depending on... It's funny, my candle liquid just made like a bloop sound. I don't know if you heard it. Comprehensive water recycling program. Water recycling. I don't know why that sounds like it means something here. Depending on when and where the rain falls, it can come as a welcome relief or a nuisance. Even the air smells fresh after a good rain. It also brings in clean water, which provides much needed sustenance for plants, animals, and humans. So an emotional nourishment kind of feeling there. It is as at its most intense, rainstorms arrive as an avalanche of water, often accompanied by great and powerful winds, with considerable flooding and destruction as an unfortunate consequence of nature's impersonal balancing act. What is purged makes way for new life to appear. So, a bit of water recycling. Emotional cleanse. For some, the water recycling may have some sort of meaning. Like reusing, cleaning and clearing and reusing, redoing. There could be a redoing because when we clear the water, then we can reuse it again. So maybe clearing something and doing it again. For some with love life, it could be that. But there is a healing of emotional impurities, if you will, or emotional upheaval, or that kind of energy. It gets cleared away. But there could be like a recycling, like a clearing, and then like a rehashing or something like that too for some. And it says, the last sentence says, what is purged makes way for new life to appear. So it can be a bit of that for some too. So there could be a release and a new life, sort of like, almost feels like a death process, or like a letting go and then a renewal. So like a death rebirth type of feeling within that sentence too. So however it applies to you, the viewer, in your situation, I guess. Finances for the month. We have ebb and flow. A lot of water, reference to water in this one. So I feel like a good balance, like maybe balancing your checkbook, in and out. This is like an equal give and take, like, equal reciprocity here. So like, again, balancing your checkbook, things balancing out, not a lot of gain, maybe not a lot of loss, just like an equilibrium here with this feeling, and in and out. Like sometimes we say our money goes out as fast as I can make it. Hopefully it's not fast, it's slower, but it's going to go in equal, it's going to come in and go out. I feel like not a lot of gain, not a lot of loss. There's just a total ebb and flow here. Balancing. Something she wants to help us cleanse for the month of October, and it is Vision Quest, Desert. So I feel like a never-ending visual, or a never-ending, I don't know, I'm just getting the feeling like it's dry and it never ends and I can't be replenished from it. This is what she wants us to cleanse, a parchment in our energy. So a parchment in our emotions. So maybe a period where we've been emotionally numb, or kind of spending time, looking at or reflecting on our emotions, and not getting anywhere. Any of these kind of things come up from that for me. So she wants to help us cleanse a dry spell. So whatever a dry spell means for you, I'm just going to put it that way, because those are the words. She wants to help us cleanse a dry spell. So it could be a dry spell financially. It could be a dry spell spiritually. You may feel like you've been, cut off from, or not being nourished energetically by spirit for some reason. We all go through those times. If you feel like you've been cut off from emotions in a relationship, she wants to cleanse us. She wants to help us cleanse a dry spell in whatever area you feel like you have had the most dry spell. And I love it here too, because she's saying in the beginning, the water's flowing, that nourishment is coming, that luck is coming, good fortune is coming, movement is coming. Just keep your head about straight. But she wants to help us cleanse any dry spells. A seed of new energy planted at the new moon in this month, which I'm not sure of the date. If somebody wants to put the date below, you can do that. Seed of good energy to plant is vulnerability. To allow yourself to be vulnerable, which can be difficult. And it can be If you're in a relationship, it could be plant the seed of being able to be vulnerable with each other. It brings up a sense of intimacy, that kind of thing, because you can feel vulnerable being intimate, but to plant the seed for vulnerability to be present, or to not fear. She's saying to not fear that sense of vulnerability. And you see all these delicate flowers just out here being. There's a sense of that being again coming through. So I would say to plant the seed of being, just being, getting into the vibration of being, and not having to do or to do things for recognition or to strive or push, to just be, to get in that flow of being, and to allow yourself to shine, and to, have that vulnerability there without fear, because that's the key here. It feels like, being that, we can feel vulnerable, but with that, it can bring about fear when we're feeling vulnerable. And that can make us do things to kind of hide or shrink or separate ourselves. So it's to be vulnerable without that fear. I think the biggest message is, I'm just reading it intuitively like that. So the next one is in the full moon message, something coming to a good completion. Now, I designed this to be the following month, like November, full moon in November, but you can say October if you like. I don't know when the full moon is, however you want to place it. And it is focus. And that was ending where we started, because we started with cautious and steady, patient and methodical, and it gave a sense of focus. Stay focused on where you're headed. Don't lose sight of what, where you wanted to go. We're not completely out of the woods yet. Focus on your end goal. Don't allow the movement and the excitement of the movement and the good fortune and everything coming to distract you away from the original goal, or to make you careless, because it says cautious. So if you're not being cautious, you're being careless. So I feel like if what's going to come as a good completion is you're going to have completed that. You're going to have gotten through the month, and you're going to reach your goal. You're going to stay focused on that with a lot of clarity and good intention. And the purple here is, of course, a lot of that amethyst energy coming through with that too. I just want to pull another one. Focus on earth magic, the fairies. So I want to see the undercurrent. It is creation. So our superpower is creation, dreamtime creation. So manifestation is our superpower this month. But something coming to a good completion is, what I had said first. And I also feel like seeing magic. When we're focusing on earth magic, we're seeing the magic of the things around us, the seeing magic in things, seeing something magically, and again, especially with this manifestation, focusing on earth magic. Earth is the 3D, and we have creating something from the unseen, like from beyond, like, everything that's in our mind that we're thinking or daydreaming, it comes into the physical. So I feel like by the following full moon, we're going to have manifested something. Our superpower in doing that, so whatever it is that you want to manifest, a goal, whatever started moving perhaps for you, is going to come into fruition. You're going to complete it in a good, satisfactory way. But the superpower is to keep that, vision, keep manifesting in the way that you do, because this is working. That is what I'm getting from this. So hopefully everyone has enjoyed this reading. I will be back soon. I'm going to do my witches read. I always do witches read every Halloween time, but I'm going to do it earlier in October, and I'm only going to be offering a few of those. I'm going to be listing it here. I'm going to be uploading it here in a few days, probably by the 1st of October. And I'm being guided to pull an angel for whatever the reason is, I don't know. But what angel wants to come through as a closing message? So for those that stayed to this end of the reading, what angel wants to make an appearance for your October from Yemaya? What angel is she sending, and what area? I'm thinking it's going to fall, but I don't know. Well, there's a lot that's going to fall. It's not going to fall. Love that one. Jophiel. Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you desire. Still, they need nurturing and patience. And that's pretty much what this feeling was. Stay focused on what it is you want to bring into the 3D from, stay focused on what you want to bring into the 3D realm, from the unseen realm of your manifestation, and patience. So I would say this will be maybe out into November. You're going to see the start of the totality of that forming in the 3D. But remember, as you're moving along, don't get caught up in too much excitement. It is going to move. You're going to be happy about movement, but stay focused on the end goal, pretty much. Not completely out of the woods. So I love how that came out. And I hope everyone has enjoyed the reading, and angel blessings to everyone. See you soon for the Witches Read. Big hugs.